play, with the exception of the Texas game. We've been, even all other losses we've had have been what I call respectable losses. We've been in every game. Played Georgia Southern right down to the wire at Georgia Southern. We recently lost to Monroe in a very close game at home. That was probably our team, was coming off 2 double overtime wins, one at Georgia State on Monday and one at Little Rock at home. One with Little Rock at home. But the fatigue factor played a little bit of a role in that, somewhat of a role in that game. And then, other losses we've had include UT San Antonio at UT San Antonio, where I think we led for 35 minutes of a 40-minute game before giving it up at the end. I think our team is, I'm going to use the word tougher than it was last year in terms of bouncing back from deficits and withstanding charges by the other team than it was last year. Our defense is better. Offensively, we do play better than we've recently have played, and do a little bit better job as far as scoring the ball than we have in conference play. But in place with the defense, there's some things we still need to work on, and at this point in time, I thought the two ability by the first 3. I just didn't think we'd lose. Very difficult game. Yeah, so we're record place for us to be, and I hope we can continue on at the pace we're playing at.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Jarrett with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Jarrett, please go ahead.
Hey, Coach. You talked about your back-to-back double overtime games this past week. Have you guys doing anything different this week? Kind of maybe recuperate after?
Well, after that was a very rough week. Monday, Thursday, and then Saturday. Of course, the way the schedule is set up, I mean, it's rough for everybody. But we played 20 more minutes than most people play. I guess you could say we played a half game more. And we gave them off Sunday. We're trying to keep practices at a reasonable time constraint, and just really asking the players to look at this professionally, that you have to sleep right, eat right, drink right. And, there's 3 days between Saturday's game, am I saying that right, Saturday's game and Thursday's game. That time off was very welcome for us. We needed it, and I think these kids, we're not in school yet, so they have ample opportunity to sleep late, and we're not practicing in the morning, and as a result, we're telling them, get your sleep in and get your legs back, but we still, we're going to work hard in practice, and we've got some tough ones coming up again.
In your opening statement, you kind of touched on the defense a little bit. You're giving up the fewest points in the Sun Belt and kind of top 25 nationally in that category. What's kind of been one of the keys to shutting down the teams you're playing?
Well, I mean, we just really talked about limiting their, second chance opportunities and making them commit turnovers. I think we're one of the top teams in terms of turnovers forced, if I'm not mistaken, or steals and things like that. One of the reasons I think we've struggled is we've had our own problems with turnovers since conference play started. Now, some of that may be a reflection of playing 20 more minutes than everybody else or most teams that play, but I just put that out with my team that, I think with our depth situation and so on, that we are defensive, you're going to want to win games. And, I think they bought in a great deal more this year than they did last year. If anyone watched the Georgia Southern game, I mean, they were holding in that game. both teams got after each other really hard. And it really came down to the last minute. We were shooting a 1-1 with to tie it. We made one and missed one, and they come down and we foul and they score and go up 3, and we come down and miss a shot. And they hit 1 out of 2, and that's the end of the game. It was a very good game, though the scoring wasn't very good. I was very impressed with both their defense and with the defense of our team. So the effort on that side of the ball is definitely a lot better this year than even last year.
All right, and offensively, you're kind of conversely one of the fewest scoring. Do you kind of attribute that to your style of play?
I think something is solid because we're not a deep team. We play 8 guys, double-digit minutes, I believe, and then I think after that everybody gets single minutes, and we have not shot the ball well. I think we're dead last in field goal percentage in conference play, and we need to get to the free throw line more. We have not gotten to the free throw line enough. If we did, I think we would have won both games that we lost in conference play. And so, we have to be more aggressive offensively as well as defensively, and that's the thing I've told the players. However, I'm telling them that still doesn't mean you take bad shots. That just means that, if you're going to go in there, we don't shoot a fall-away jumper. We go up strong and either make the shot or get fouled, one of the two. And so anyway, we do need to improve our efficiency and production on the offensive end because our defense is good enough. It's just that against Monroe, we did not give credit to Monroe because they're a good defensive team. Give some credit to them and some credit to our fatigue factor, and we weren't ready to play. If you look at the tape of that game, the first half is a whole different half than the second half.
All right, and you guys were able to snap Georgia State's 18-game home winning streak. They were 17-1 in conference last year, one of the better teams, unanimous selection to win it again. What kind of confidence do you guys get from being able to snap their home winning streak?
Well, we lost, for example, Imani Gant got 2 fouls in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game. And at halftime, the game was 19-17. The score was 19-17. And I just, really told our guys, we're just losing our leading scorer. Guys, you're going to have to really defend, and they did. Now, the second game, Imani came back and had a very good second half, and, of course, 2 overtimes. But, you're not going to hold Georgia State down very long. They just got too many good players, and so they came out very aggressive and scored points, but so did we. And it goes back to what I'm saying. I'm trying to teach aggressiveness with intelligence on both ends of the basketball, and that gave us great confidence to answer your question. It was a very happy locker room afterwards, and but we would not have won that game had it not been for our defense holding them down without Imani Gant, who, like I said, sat out at least 15 minutes of the first half. And so, again, the second half, we had a good second half, offensively speaking. They did too. And in overtime, we matched them bucket for bucket. It's some of it is, I'm not very fond of this schedule being thrown at us. 3 games on the road like that, and we did a 9-day, 8-night road trip, and that can take its toll on anybody, including NBA teams. So when you do that, you're going to have the fatigue factor set in some, and it caught up with us against Monroe, last Saturday. To some degree, that was part of our reason for losing. The other part is we faced a team that is playing very well in Louisiana Monroe. So you put the two together. Somewhat of a fatigued team playing against a very good basketball team, like Louisiana Monroe, or at least they're playing very well right now. You're going to be in for a long day.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jared, and thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for you today. We do appreciate it.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.